everyone, welcome to Johnson's Journeys, Season 7, Episode 2. Today we've got Gent in the league, and then we've got Panathinaikos in the Europa League group stage in the second half of the episode. Since the last episode, which was the first of this new season, I obviously brought you up to date with the opening first few games in the league and the Europa League qualifying, which we comfortably sailed through the third round against qualifying against Rangers, and then we played the second leg of the playoff against TNS last episode, which we won 3-2, and that coupled that with the 5-0 victory from the first leg saw us comfortably through to the group stage, and I also brought you the group stage draw at the end of last episode. We've got Lokomotiv Moscow, Panathinaikos obviously, today's opponents, and Copenhagen, which I have already played one group game against Lokomotiv Moscow, which you can see here. We won 3-1. TriStar, Alexiev and Keanu Deprez scored on his, I think it was his debut, the 16-year-old right midfielder. We played a rotated side, well, heavily rotated side, and still managed to win 3-1. And Deprez got the start and got the goal for us, so that was really good for him. In terms of the league, in the last episode as well, we played OHL and beat them 4-1. That made us, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, 5 wins, a lot of goals, and we've continued that form since. We played Liège after the last episode, in the first game since the last episode. We beat them 2-1, 2 goals for TriStar. We then played STVV, and beat them 3-2, a hat-trick for TriStar. And then the last game we played was against Beveren, and we beat them 3-0, 2 for Hrick and 1 for Cherney. And also in that time we played the Belgian Cup 6th round game against Westerlo. Again, I played a very rotated side. We sort of stumbled to a 0-0, scraped through extra time and beat them on penalties. That sees us through to the 7th round. We don't know who we're playing in that yet, but that's not until the end of November. That may well be an episode, a game in a future episode, potentially the next one or the one after. No, the one after, more than likely. As I said in last episode, I'm trying to get through a bit more of this season off camera. Season 6 was 20 episodes long, which again, as I said last episode, was good for you lot to watch and be as involved in the season as possible, but you know, it took a long time to get through, and I felt it dragged on a little bit, so hence why I'm playing sort of, what's that, like 4 or 5 games off camera before I'm back for a new episode. So that will more likely continue for now, and then depending on our progress in Cups and Europe, and once the league gets towards the end, then I'll probably bring you back a bit more regularly, but that's a way off yet anyway. So obviously, as you can see, today's date 27th of September, so we have passed the end of the transfer window. The last episode was, I think it was about a week before the window shut. We didn't do much more business. Obviously, I filled you in on most of the summer business anyway. We had the one departure on deadline day. Ryan Sessegnon. Liverpool came in and matched his release clause of 20.5 million, and we were pretty much helpless. No, we didn't have any chance of keeping him. That's what I'm trying to say. Started the season really well. A goal, 3 assists, a player of the match in 8.14. You can see why he was in demand. Full English international. So, you know, wish him all the best. But that did leave us short at left back. Obviously, the 17-year-old Jean-Claude Willems is the only other player that has that as his position, so we had to go out and sign a left back. Obviously, with that deal going through on deadline day, it didn't leave us a lot of time, so I thought what the best thing to do would be is just get someone in on loan for the year. And we've gone for experience. We've got Danny Rose in until the end of the season. He's 32 years old now. Been at been at Swansea for a couple of years, but didn't really play last year after having a few good years for Spurs. A solid player, has started quite well for us. As you can see, his stats are still quite good for his age. And he slots in quite nicely. Obviously, we're playing the wing back, so it sort of suits him a bit more because obviously he started off as a winger. And yeah, it'll be perfectly fine for the year, I've no doubt. His experience will be invaluable in Europe. Obviously, we've got Willems to play in the cup games and as a very able deputy, so we'll concentrate on signing a new left back next summer. And yeah, and just another youth player came in there on deadline day as well. Borremans, a player that our head of youth development found for us. So that's it. So here is today's team for the game against Gent. It's been a few days since I opened this up actually, so I just need to check it's at full strength, which I believe it is. We've still got that one injury for Carlos Sanchez. He's the only player that misses out that would probably start. So we've got Debusa in goal, Murasan, Krasilnikov, Wouters, and the aforementioned Danny Rose. I didn't mean to click on him there. Sasa and Gaspar in midfield, Alexei on the left, Nelson on the right, Hrick plays in the hole, and TriStar leads the line. Bench looking quite strong as well. Kabangu, Barmos, Hajdu, Poirier, the new boy, Cherney, who has had a decent start to the year, and Kevin Matthew, the young striker. And yeah, Habib and Pile's played a few games actually. I forgot to mention. Debusa had a bit of an injury, so Mpile's played 3 league games and now has 1 in the cup and 3 in Europe, and has looked all right. His average is a 7 overall. He's got a clean sheet in his 1 cup game and 1 clean sheet in the league, so not too bad. Developing into a decent player. So there we go. So Gent currently in 8th after 8 games. Yeah, they've started okay. They're currently 12 points behind us. We're top with a 100% record. The only team in the league that hasn't lost yet. Genk are our closest rivals, only 3 points behind. So we need a win today to keep up. Well, not keep up, keep going. That's what I'm looking for. As I said in the last episode, I think it's important to get as many points on the board as early as possible. If you take last year as an example, we didn't start particularly well, and we then spent the whole year on catch-up. And although our form was good, well, great really, in the since Christmas really, the sort of form that if we'd have done it all year, then we would almost definitely have won the league. So yeah, we need to try and keep this this run going for as long as possible. Inevitably, we'll become unstuck as soon as we face probably Genk or Anderlecht. Gent have caused us trouble in the past, but as I say all this, we currently have a penalty. Reece Nelson, but it's saved by Reen. Hrick picks it up and they manage to get it out. So it goes on a little bit longer that Gent causes trouble. Penalties is something we don't do very well. Murasan, get rid of that. Rose. There was a game last year. I think it might have been a cup game. We won 2 penalties, and Vaclav Cherney stepped up for both and missed both. Well, missed or was saved, either or. And yeah, you know, we don't really have a specialist penalty taker as such. I think Nelson and Vanaken are probably our best with about, I think it's about 13 rating. So someone like TriStar would be ideal for penalty duty, but his rating isn't the best. Something I might train him on actually to try and it'll get him a few more goals a season, won't it? So that'll help him out. But yeah, no, we're still, I wouldn't say dominating, but definitely in the game. The 21st minute currently. Bringing it forward. Schufs is a player that's caused us trouble in the past. Obviously, Jordan Larson still leading the line for them, a very dangerous player with a great goal scoring record in this league. Not sure how he's getting on so far this year, but very often hits. Well, I think last year he got 25-ish in the league, so a player we'll have to keep an eye on. But we've got a chance here. Murasan and TriStar. That's such a familiar goal. Ball into the front post. TriStar gets there and pops in his 16th goal of the season already. We've played, well, this is our 9th game in the league. There's 1 cup game. We've played 5 in Europe. So he's effectively on a goal a game, which is amazing. It's going to be a massive year for him if he can keep that up. I genuinely think that we will win the league this year. As I said last year, you know, it was a big summer last summer in terms of getting players in. They were all players that were they had good current ability but great potential ability. Players around sort of 20, 21 years old. Your Murasans, Gaspars, TriStars, Sanchez, Frick, the list goes on. And I think now they're just sort of getting towards, you know, getting in their stride. So yeah, this could be a big season for us. And yeah, I think if we do manage to win the league, then I think it'll probably be time to move on next summer. You know, a club like Brugge are never. There's potential to sort of become the dominant Belgian team, but you have to start thinking about Europe. We're never going to compete with the big boys, if you like. So I think it will probably be time to move on, and sooner rather than later as well, because of bringing players with us. Someone like TriStar. If we move to a big European club, we want to try and get him for his best years, which are obviously ahead of him. The longer we spend at Bruges, the less time he'd have at a bigger club in his peak, if that makes sense. So, so yeah, that's here he is again. There we go, 2-0. Frick to TriStar, 2-0, and that's pretty much game over. I'm quite confident in saying. Again at the front post, smashes it in, bish bash bosh. Our goal difference is now 20, plus 20 after 9 games, which again is superb. Some big win, well, yeah, some high scoring games so far. A couple of close ones, like I say, we had a 3-2 recently and a 2-1. But yeah, no, it's good stuff so far. And yeah, I think there might be one more chance or just another highlight, and that will be full time. I think we haven't got long until the Panathinaikos game. I know recently we've been playing Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, which it's been killing us. Like I said, with the first Europa League game, I had to heavily rotate the side, and you know we still won, but it wasn't ideal. Alexiev can play through that. Facial injury, yeah. This was played on the Tuesday, and we've got Panathinaikos on the Thursday. So, do you know what? I'm just going to play through it because he's carrying that injury. We're going to play Nelson on the left, bring in Deprez on the right, and the rest of the team is as you were. Dion Cools is out for Panathinaikos. They lost their first game against Copenhagen, which is interesting. So that's their team there. Remy Cabella still there. I don't really know any of the others. So yeah, let's go. We're in good form, got good morale, and hopefully we can continue that in Greece. And yeah, see what Deprez can do out on that right hand side. 16-year-old marked his debut with a goal in the last European game. Hoping he can have a similar impact today. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on fitness, and Sassa's on it. TriStar, it's the post, and Nelson can't quite get there. Good early signs though. Although that was our only shot so far, in comparison to the 3 that Panathinaikos have already had apparently. But yes, not a lot happening. Half an hour mark, and we have a chance potentially. Krzyzylnikov to Sasa to Gaspar to TriStar, out to Murisan to Deprez, ball in, and Hrick scores. Boom, boom, boom. Hrick's in a bit of good form. Great assist from Deprez, that is. Whips it in, bang. Hrick just powers that in past Desprez in goal. So Hrick making it 1-0, half an hour in. Bertolacci's through and immediately equalises. Andrea Bertolacci he's a real player actually. He's a name I do vaguely know, the Italian. Pops up with a goal there and pegs us back almost immediately. And they have another chance here. Krzyzylnikov sort of clears, and oh, they hit the post, and I think it was Murisan just gets it away before Cabella can pop it in. And that's the end of the highlight. Krzyzylnikov and Wouters are looking absolutely shattered. Might be time for Barmos at half time. Sasa, another one that's looking tired. Not too much of an issue, as I say, it's the international break after this game, so obviously some players will go away and play internationally, but others will have a rest, so we are going to take Wouters off because he has the worst condition. Sasa as well is tired and booked, so we'll get Hajdu on for the second half. TriStar has been quiet today, so we're going to give him a passionate talk, try and get him pumped up, and hopefully we can get out there and get the win. Oh, wait a second, should swap these two over. Krzyzylnikov's left footed, there we go, could make all the difference. There we go. Yeah, again, nothing really happening as yet. We've got more of the ball. We are now pretty even on shots and whatnot. Just not quite got that cutting edge today. Rose to Nelson. Through to Hrick. Runs with it, but loses the ball. They clear straight to Barmos. Krzyzylnikov picks it up. Ball down the line. Nelson. Ball in. And TriStar's there. Come on. Makes it 2-1. In off the bar. Great assist from Nelson. Playing not out of position, but not in his usual position. On that left wing. TriStar. Surprise, surprise. In at the front post. And gets it past the keeper. 20 minutes left. I'm going to get Poirier on for Rick. Poirier not a natural at attacking midfield, but has all the attributes to do it, so why not? Keeping the ball nicely here. Falls through to TriStar, and this tongue-tied Desprez gets it clear. Nelson now with the ball in, and keeper claims. Oh, bless me. 15 minutes left. Can we hold on to our slender lead? TriStar back to the keeper, and will distribute to his fullback Murasan. Plays the ball out, but it is headed by them. Now Cabella has it, but Barmos is in there and can't quite get it out to No, that's their keeper, Desprez. Desprez is our winger. And there's the equaliser. Edwin Palacios. His first goal for Panathinaikos. Ball down the line. Remy Cabella gets the ball in. Palacios is away from his markers and makes it 2-2. A draw isn't the worst result in the world, but a win is better, obviously. Coming forward, Poirier loses out, but we managed to keep hold of it. Hajdu to Rose. Can he get the ball in? He can, but nothing comes of it. Palacios has it. Clears. Barmos mops up. Gaspar, can he move us forward? TriStar, but loses the ball. Cabella knocks it down. Rose is out of position. Krasilnikov's being drawn out. Palacios, ball across, and Maurin at the back post makes it 3-2. With that then, I'm going to go attacking for the last 7 minutes. Try and salvage this game. Pause. There is a highlight after the goal. I'm going to leave it. I was going to do a team talk, but I'm going to leave it. Desprez now. Tackled. But Murasan wins it back. Poirier, Desprez and Gaspar moving it nicely. Gaspar, Murasan, ball across. TriStar nearly, but Murasan, Desprez and into the side netting. Unfortunate. Right, let's push forward. We've got 5 minutes. It's a goal kick for the Panathinaikos. Hajdu wins that. Murasan gets there. Desprez, what can you do with it? Into Poirier. Spreads it to Rose. Out to Nelson. Ball across. TriStar! Come on! 3-3. 84th minute. His second goal of the game. 19th of the season. Another great assist from Nelson. Looks good on that left wing. He might stay there. And there's another highlight. The 88th minute. Rose picks it up. Nelson. TriStar. Desprez. Beat your man. No, gives it to Murasan. Ball in. Desprez. Ball across. Nelson. Hajdu. Oh god. Barmos. Oh dear. 2-on-2. Maurin to Buccieri. To Palacios. No. Oh god. It's horrible. It's 4-3. Oh Christ. I should have come off attacking. Again, Rose is not far enough back. Krasilnikov gets drawn out. Leaves a bit of space. Palacios is through. And it's 4-3. Let's go aggressive. Push forward. Demand more? I don't know. One of them. Is there time? No. They've got throw in. And Hajdu manages to get it off him, but there's the full-time whistle. 4-3. What a game, in all fairness. End to end. Not a terrible performance. Just some good, I guess you'd say, counter-attacking goals from them, isn't it, really? 1-0 to us, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, then 3-2, 3-3, 4-3. and our first loss of the season, actually. Yeah, which I suppose isn't bad in context. But yeah, no, great entertainment. We do slip down the table to third. Copenhagen drew with Moscow, so yeah, but no, that's not too bad. Not too bad. As you can see, we've been scoring bags of goals recently. Right then, so again, I'm gonna sort of play quite a few games now. Am I? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm gonna bring you back for Anderlecht towards the end of the season. Yeah, I'm gonna do Genk and Copenhagen as a double in about 5 or 6 games time. Then the episode after that will be Moscow and the Belgian Cup 7th round, and then you'll have seen me play one game against each opposition in the Europa League, and then that'll take us to December. It's pretty much an episode a month in terms of in-game, so yeah, that sounds good to me. Cool, so if you've enjoyed that, make sure you drop a like on it, any comments, or feel free. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see more, then drop a like. Not drop a like, I've said that one already. Subscribe, that's what I mean. There will be a button thing to press. There will also be a link to this season's playlist so far, and all the previous seasons are split up into nice handy playlists for you, whether that be right back at the start with Valerenga, or Ajax, or the International Series, or Brugge so far. There's plenty of stuff out there on the channel, so yeah, have a butch, as they say. And then we'll see you next time then, yeah. Thank you very much.